Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to say I have a new kit for you. I have been thinking about this for pretty close to 2 years. So it's taken a long time for it to get from inside my head to outside of my head, onto paper, basically. I've called it Grungy Valentine Flapper Kit. Is kind of not super Valentine's. It's more on the grungy side. Definitely flapper. Lots of flowers. Lots of flappers. Without further ado. And I even built my own little logo. I'm so excited. So without further ado, let's get into it. So what I've done is I've created 10 kit pages, 10 background pages, and then I think it's 14 pages of ephemera, which includes pockets, envelopes. I keep jiggling my camera, sorry about that. So pockets, envelopes, and fussy cuts. I think that's it. I'll show you anyway. If there's grunge on the upper right hand corner, it's my paper clip, not my pages, although there is lots of grunge on the pages. So let's just go through it. I didn't double side print them. These are only on regular copy paper. You could print them on presentation paper, a little bit heavier weight. I like printing kit pages on just regular copy paper, unless I'm making it into like an envelope or something, mostly because when I'm journaling, and I do journal as well as build journals, I like lighter weight papers because I can get more in a journal and write on them. I hope that makes some kind of sense. So that's the first one. That's the second one. The third one. This one's pretty soft, but I just, this is part of what I was thinking with that romantic, like, Valentine's type thing. That does say love, but you can't really see it. See, love. Love. More. There's not really much to say about, like, the pages. They sort of, like, speak for themselves. Lots of grunge. Like, I really wanted the grunge aspect. And then for background pages, I tried to keep them a little bit lighter so you could write on them, or you could cut them into pieces or tear them into pieces and use them for collaging or making flippies, adding other stuff, that kind of thing. And I also wanted to leave them a little bit lighter so some of the actual Art Deco elements came out a little bit more. But it was pretty difficult. Like, if I overlaid anything on top of it, the Art Deco went away, and I wanted the more than just Art Deco. I'm not 100% sure about this page, but I love these grungy, kind of almost brown, almost green. Like, I just love those. So there are a few like that. Most like that. One a bit on the bluer side. And another one that's a bit bluer. And one that's like green, just to be different. And then ephemera. which includes, like I said, pockets and all kinds of things. So these are plain. I thought if I'd left them plain, you could embellish them, put your own like fussy cuts on them, or just like fold them up and leave them how they are. Bookmarks. These are bookmarks. These are printed on copy paper. The yellow is a little bit soft because my yellow was running out when I printed these. And then I got my replacement toner. So some of the pages are a little lighter than they might print on your printer. So these are bookmarks. I would print these on a heavier, and I just printed them on copy paper, partly because I wanted to see what they looked like when they printed out, whether they would look right. More bookmarks. Some little envelopes. Page of fussy cuts. Another page of fussy cuts. These, you could cut around them. They are too big to go in a circle punch. I don't have a circle punch, so I wasn't actually sure how big to make them. These are the some of the ones that I used the most on journal pages, so I thought they'd be fun to put in. And then, like, if you had a die cut that cuts a circle, you could use that around those and it would cut them out. More fussy cuts. And I tried to give you more options in your fussy cut so that there are, like, some of them are on the pages, but a lot of them are not on the pages, so that you have a little bit extra to play with. Some blank tags and more blank tags, nice big ones, little pockets. These are really small, but they'd work. Like, these would be really fun to put on the bottom of one of these tags, for example. Like, that would be really cool. This is a policy envelope. So you would fold that like that, and then this would flap down. And then you can decorate this front bit how you like. And then these could be cut apart as journal cards or folded as a little trifold, as a journal, like, trifold thing. More little tiny pockets. These could go on tags or, yeah, on tags, or just, like, crop 2 of them out and then print them larger so that they're wider. That's an option. And then more, these are small plain tags, and then some tags that have some stuff on them. So just to give you an idea of how, say, let's take, I'm winging it now, one of these plain ones, I think. Okay, that's a little big for that tag. And that's a little small. I didn't plan this part out. All right, I had a little think, and I did I cut these out and I tested them. They're a tiny bit small for these small tags, the blue pockets, but they will work. They'll just give you a little bit of extra. So you could do one of two things. You could trim the the tag down once you put the pocket on. And no, I can't fold a straight line. Like, it's a straight line, why would it fold straight? And, oh, I moved all my punches in the hopes that they would be more accessible. I don't know what diameter that punch is. I got it at a thrift store, so I think it's probably a 1-inch punch. So it looks like a 1-inch punch would take out the circle on the top of that pocket quite nicely. You can ink at this point in time. And I think, which one is tea dye? That one's not it. That one's not tea dye. I just got a new thing for my inks and I am so excited by it. It's like a shelf. That one's vintage photo. But it means that I need to label. That's antique linen. Oh. 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 Oh, I just realized something. Oh, the rest of you that actually ink probably have known this forever, but I didn't realize that antique linen is gray and, sorry, not antique linen. Oxides are gray on the plastic part, and just regular ink are black. I was going to say who knew, but probably all of you. Not me. Because anybody who's been here for a minute knows that I don't ink very often. You know why I don't ink? I don't like the sound of it. Like that noise of thing on paper is, it just drives me nuts. I don't know why. It's like, ugh. And then if somebody does like this whole like aggressive like with their ink, I'm like, okay, I'm leaving the room for a minute. Yeah. I'll stop now. And I also got all these little foamy bits and I put them on the bottom of them so that I can like pull them off. And I got one of these things so I can just pull them off there because they're Velcro. I use little Velcro dots so I can just pull them off and use, instead of using like something with green on it, use actual foam like so. And it'll always be the right color, and it'll always be the ink that it's meant to be. Not sure if it'll work. I also think that my tea dye might need more stuff. Another one of those that I got at the thrift store, so I don't know how much ink is in there. Cool beans. Yeah, I like that. I might rearrange my shelf just a little bit more so that all my distress inks are all together. So black are with black. And then all my oxides are together. So gray are with gray. So I can tell just looking which are which. But I haven't got that far. Now I printed my tags on just plain copy paper, so they're very lightweight. You would want to back these if you put them on copy paper, or print them. I find it really successful if your printer can handle a heavier weight. Print your tags on the heaviest photo paper that your printer will handle. So if your printer will handle cardstock, print your tags on cardstock, and then you don't need to do anything to them except maybe add a little bit of something like ink, or I don't know, a stencil, stamping, something like that on the back side of it. But you don't really need to do anything. Your tag is ready. I would have done that, but most of these pages that I printed out are test pages to make sure that they looked fine. You get to watch me take pieces of paper and throw them in the garbage. How exciting. Normally when I put a pocket on something like a tag, I put it as close to the bottom as possible. But because the pocket is a little bit smaller than the tag itself, except for that one, because okay, that's weird. That is very weird. So let's use this one because it's right. Also, I like the color of this one better. If I'd been thinking, I would have had a project in mind, and then, you know, but I didn't. I have another digital kit in mind. Does that count? No? Yeah. So the kit is now available on my Ko-fi site. I put it up yesterday, so it's been a huge learning curve for figuring out how to do this. So at this point in time, I'm only doing US letter size because it's, I don't know, part of it is that it's easy to do because that's what I use. If you're in the UK or Europe or somewhere other than US or Canada that uses the US letter size and you use an A4, use your fit to print option when you print the pages, and it should shrink them to fit on your printer. It should. I can't guarantee it will, because a lot is going to depend upon your personal printer and how it works. I have a brother, something, it's got an M in it. It's one of their inkjet printers. Look at how cute that looks. That fits perfectly. And I'll get my ink. That is not ink. That looks more like glue. See, it even says craft glue. The word ink does not appear on that bottle at all. I now need to be retrained on how to craft. And then just I'm going to come as close to the edge as I can get because this pocket is basically the same size as the tag, and that way it's even all around like that. Then what I would do is I would line that with book paper, or just one second, what have I got? Okay, I have this thing of music paper. Who knows what year that is? Might be in the era of flappers, perhaps. I'm using my art glitter glue, Art Barely Arts. See, I can't even remember what anything is called anymore. Regular glue, mostly because it's on my desk. You could use glue stick. And I'm using the bars of the music kind of as my idea of how, like, so that I can line that up so that it's more or less square. Give it a bit of a smoosh from that side. You could use like coffee dyed paper on the back of a tag, and then you would be able to write on it. Yeah, that's bigger, but you know. Maybe I'm going to try trimming that with a pair of scissors, which makes it really apparent I didn't glue that. Take my glasses off and look at it closer, and then I can really see I didn't get that pocket on as even as I thought I did. It's close, but you know what they say, that close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And then you could print these tags, or maybe the big tags. If you use the big tags to put in here to stuff that tag with, you would probably want to print the big tags 4 to a page to get them little enough to go in here. You could print this page of tags 2 to a page, and then it should shrink them down small enough that it would fit inside that pocket. Again, I could have done that if I'd been thinking what I wanted to make, but I wasn't, because I was just gonna, I don't know what I was just going to. And then that is a little big for that, I think. Oh, these would fit on these pockets. They'd be really, really, really subtle if you used this one. I would actually, it's not on here, but I would cut a bit of extra at the top. I'll show you why in a sec. And this is just me. This is partly because of how I like to do pockets, but you don't have to do it that way. Fold over your edge like so, and like so. Try to get that straight. Yeah. And like so. And then I think if I was going to do that, I would cut it like so. And then I would do this from the front and then turn it to the inside. Or make a bigger little flap. One or the other. That's just to give you a crease. You could also do this on the lines of your pockets to give you a sharper crease that actually folds instead of that whole, like, hoping to get it to fold. And then what I do, this just reinforces that flap edge of your pocket. A lot of pockets, when you get them in a digital kit, they don't have this flap on the top. Just cut a little bit of extra paper, or cut a spare piece of paper and just put it on the inside of your pocket like that, so that you've got a little bit of extra reinforcement. Let your glue dry, and then you could cut your little notch in that pocket. Because this is a triangle pocket, you probably don't want to. And then make sure that on the side where that fold is at the top is, that you've allowed yourself enough room that that fold goes over. But you can see that that amount that they give you on this, or me, the amount I gave you is too much. So you need to trim back here so that when you fold that pocket over, it doesn't show above your, that triangle line of your pocket. And then that should go on one of these small tags as well, like so at the bottom. Or you could put it on like you can see some of them it's too big for, because some of these pockets, so the three that are along the bottom of this sheet of tags are a different size than the ones that are at the top. So these smaller pockets will fit on the top tags on that sheet, but not on the bottom ones. They're a little bit too wide for that. So you could do something like that, which is kind of cool because that covers that there. Just to give you an idea of something that you could do with these little angled pockets instead of putting them on pages, because they are kind of small, right? Same with this, it's a bit small, so you could take that. This is what I meant about using your ruler instead of a scoreboard. So just fold your paper up like so. I would do this from the right side because from the right side you can see where the gussets are. And like so. And then I've left a little bit of extra white. And I think maybe on that one I won't because I didn't leave enough. And this is probably, no, it'll fit on that side. It's going to be okay, but on this side, you might need to trim up here at the top on that angle. If you see a bit of paper up here, just cut that back a little so that the angle, the line of this matches the line of your pocket so it doesn't show. And the same here, just cut all the way to the where the white is on that pocket line if it's not folding correctly, because you should get a really sharp edge here, and if you don't, just trim that so that you can get a sharp edge like so. And then this one, you could put it on one of the bigger tags and put it inside like so. Or let's have a look at some of the other tags. If I can figure out where they are in this thing. It's like some of these pages are actually tags. Yeah, that's quite a bit wider, so I don't know that I would put it on one of the large tags. But it would fit. The other thing that you could do is you could put it on one of these tags and then just make your gusset a little bit like this, one of these edge pieces a little bit wider so that you make your pocket a little bit narrower. So that gives you an idea of what you can do with these, like I said, with the pockets. So, anyway, all that to say, like I said, now that I've cut it out and can't show you the full thing, but lots and lots of tags. Lots of these little tiny pockets, which I think are really, really versatile and give you lots of options for corners on tags. You can put that on your policy envelope. It will even fit, like, could be really cute, or on the back side of your policy envelope, like so. Little journal cards. Could put one of these little tiny pockets on your journal card. Might be a bit wide, so you might need to fuss with it a bit. Lots of fussy cuts and other pockets and more fussy cuts. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy that, and I'm also kind of, I'm just going to put this out there because I'm so new to this, and I'm like, don't have that big a following. I don't have that big an audience. But if you have a YouTube channel and want to play with this kit, send me a direct message, and I will send you the kit, because I need to get like interest in it and see if other people like it even, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm new to this. But I really would like to do this. This has been a goal of mine. So if you're interested, want to play with it, send me a message. And this is specifically for people who have a YouTube channel. So I hope you enjoyed that kit, and until next time, have a wonderful crafty evening.